This video goes over question 8, the final question in Business Applications of Integration assignment. The tables to the right give price demand and price supply data for the sale of soybeans at a grain market, where X is the number of bushels of soybeans in thousands of bushels, and P is the price per bushel in dollars. Use quadratic regression to model the price demand data and linear regression to model the price supply data. Complete parts A, B, or A and B below. So I've got the data here. I've got X is bushels, thousands of bushels, and this is the price for the demand curve and the price for the supply curve. So I'm going to need to put that into the calculator. So I'm going to get split screen here so I can see both. I'm going to start a new problem, doc, 4 for insert, 1 for problem. And the first thing I'm going to add is a list and spreadsheet page. Tab to get up the top, and I want this to be my X data. I'm going to call it X's because we don't want to use a single letter because there is an X out to the far part of the spreadsheet and that'll confuse the calculator. We're going to do a trick to fill in our X data here. SEQ for sequence, put in a parenthesis. X is my expression, comma, X is my variable, comma, starting at 0, comma, going to 40, comma, then I'm going up by tens at a time. I hit enter and that fills in that column. Move over, tab to get to the top. I'm just going to call this demand, D-E-M-A-N-D. And I don't want to use single letters. So 6.67, 6.67, down arrow, 6.52, down arrow. We could also hit enter. 6.42, down arrow, 6.36, down arrow, and 6.33, down arrow. And I want to do a quick check, and that looks good. Next column, tab to get to the top. I'm going to spell out supply, S-U-P-P-L-Y, and 6.48, down arrow, 6.51, 6.55, 6.62, and 6.68. Check that, looks good. Now I'm going to go Control Doc for plus page and add a data and statistics page. My horizontal axis I want to be my X's, and the vertical I want to be demand for this first one. And it says use a quadratic regression to model the price demand data. Menu, 4 for analyze, 6 for regression, and 4 for show quadratic. So that's pretty complicated, and I need that in a graph. Control Doc 1, so I'm at a calculator page. I go to var, and there are the things that I put in there, demand and supply and X's. But what I'm looking for is stat regression equation, put in an X, and that is the regression equation. I'm going to go up arrow to highlight it, Control C to copy, and now I'm going to add a graph page. And I'm going to put in F1 of X, paste, and hit enter. And I can actually see it a little bit there, so I'm going to change my window. Menu for 1. I'm going to go like -2 to say 15 by 1s. And we'll leave the negative y the same and go up to like 15 by 1s. So that looks pretty good. It's a very flat parabola. So now we're going to go do the price supply. And I'm going to go back here and then Control, add a page, data and statistics. I'm going to do my X's again as the horizontal. Now I'm going to do supply as the vertical. And now we're going to use linear regression for the price supply. menu 4, 6, 1 for linear, go back to the calculator page, stat regression equation, because I did another regression in that same problem. Now it's overwritten, and that's my regression equation now. Copy that, go back to the graph, so that's going to be F2, Control V, and there's not very much there. So I need to open up that window, so I'm going to go menu 4, 1, and my X is not terrible, but I need to kind of get way in on the Y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's go 6 to 8. So positive 6 to positive 8. We'll stay with 1. So that looks better. Menu 6, 4 for intersection. So I'm at 10.4 and 652 for the price. I'm going to go ahead and put in 6.52 for the price. So I'm going to make that F3. Actually, I want pink instead of black. So 6.52, 6.52, and I'm going to go to 10.4. So we're going to do equilibrium quantity, round to 3 decimal places. So 10.402. Excellent. Equilibrium price, round to the nearest cent. So 6.52. Excellent. Using a numerical. So we're doing consumer surplus is going to be up here. Menu 6, 8 for bounded area. What happened there? Menu 6, 8. That graph, or that function, then 0 to 10.4. What happened there? Let's escape out of that. Menu, analyze graph, bounded area, graph, second graph, and we're going to go 0, enter, and then 10.4, enter. So that's 0.727, but it's thousands. So we're going to multiply that by 1,000, so 727. Fantastic. And then producer surplus. I'm going to zoom in. Menu 4, 3. And I need to move over a little bit. So I'm going to kind of grab the screen and move it. Menu 6, 8. Graph, 0, enter, 10.4, enter, and that's our area there, 2.86, but it's thousands of bushels, so we're going to multiply that by 1,000, so 286, enter, and that concludes this video.